feel like Vanessa tried to be a mother today, but at the end of the day, she's still just a trashy hoe. I might just start calling Vanessa Trash, actually, going forward. So today, Trash was saying that she was working on the free clinic, and working on the free clinic helps her deal with Doug's death like it's a distraction, when the real distraction is Joey. What is up, fellow Beyond the Gates viewers? Here to talk about today's Wednesday episode of the show. I would say that today was a mixed bag, like an extreme mixed bag, because there was stuff that I liked a lot, some really good stuff. Some of you longtime viewers probably know my favorite part of the day was that Lynette was on. Cue the applause. Because I do love Lynette. So that was good. But the bad today was like really bad. There was a few things that quite annoyed me. So instead of starting with the positive or the negative, I kind of want to start with the mid today. And the mid today is that at least Deanna finally appeared on our streams. Deanna McBride has arrived. She is a real character. It's not just a bunch of talk about her off screen. Today started with Leslie writing at the club, planning for the free clinic. Vanessa was also there behind her. They got into a usual scuffle about the free clinic where Vanessa wants Leslie to step back from planning and Leslie refuses. That is when Deanna arrived and interrupted them. Leslie introduced herself to Deanna, and they kind of hit it off, but Vanessa wants to make sure that Deanna ends up not liking Leslie. Vanessa also stopped Leslie from telling Deanna that Joey is the other person that funds the clinic when Leslie and Vanessa talked about Leslie funding the clinic. But when Leslie left, Deanna and Vanessa had a conversation. Deanna feels weird being back without her dad around and talked about not knowing he was so depressed underneath and had that drinking problem and whatnot. So I feel like Vanessa tried to be a mother today, but at the end of the day, she's still just a trashy hoe. And I think that's more of what Vanessa was today. I might just start calling Vanessa Trash, actually, going forward. So today, Trash was saying that she was working on the free clinic, and working on the free clinic helps her deal with Doug's death like it's a distraction, when the real distraction is Joey, but Trash doesn't want to tell her daughter that. So Trash told Deanna that Doug would not want them trapped in grief, and she asked her mother if Vanessa had moved on or is moving on, and Vanessa was saying she was trying to, but this is why the story is struggling, because the writing for it, from what we've seen, is that Vanessa moved on so quickly with Joey, even knowing there was a possibility that Joey was involved with Doug's death, that it's going to be extremely impossible, at least for me, to feel sorry for Vanessa or believe that she's going to feel some kind of way when she learns that Joey actually did kill Doug in the future. And that is a testament to the bad writing with this storyline. And it kind of plays into Marcel and Joey today, too. Marcel and Joey were together. Joey was still in his terrible clothing from yesterday. I don't know, only hardcore Days of Our Lives fans are going to get this reference. But Joey looked like he was dressed like Cassie and Rex when they first debuted on Days of Our Lives, and people thought they were aliens, just looking like the damn tinfoil costume that Joey has had on for the past 2 episodes. They talked about Vanessa, Marcel asking if Joey needs permanent muscle on Vanessa to keep her safe, but Joey had a new assignment for Marcel, and that is to satisfy Leslie, because Joey is sick of Leslie flirting with him, and Joey doesn't want his free clinic development to just turn into a cat fight constantly between Leslie and Vanessa. But I think Leslie only flirts with Joey to push Vanessa's buttons anyway. She did it again today with Joey not even there. As we know, Leslie just likes to annoy people Marcel gave Joey shit today for not only taking Doug's wife and then ridding of Doug and then doing this clinic in Doug's name. Marcel says that Joey is extra cold with this move, which he is. Anyway, Joey said he needed Marcel to make Leslie as happy as Vanessa makes him. I gagged in my mouth a little bit after that line from Joey. And then Joey later flashed back to when he told Vanessa that he had nothing to do with Doug's death. But this flashback just further proves the point that it is so impossible to feel sorry for Vanessa in this damn storyline. And I don't know what the payoff is supposed to be. Yes, this week we are looking forward to Deanna trying to maybe light her mom's ass up. But like, there is no long-term payoff to this Doug and Vanessa and Joey storyline that has been going on a year because the writing for Vanessa has sucked for months now. And it's a shame, really. Let's talk about the good before I get back to the bad. Lynette was on today. Loved it. Great seeing her, as always. She was with Randy. Randy was hoping that Lynette would want to leave town after getting her charges dropped, after Bill got her charges dropped. But Lynette said that she's going to be staying because being here has gotten her to see what she has been missing. Randy said him. She said no. She said being around Hayley, but then brought up the point that maybe she should get to know Bill better. Will Lynette eventually try and seduce Bill? Will Bill cheat on Hayley with Lynette like a lot of us in the comments have been talking about for a while now? It is something that I would like to see. I mean, anything that gives my girl Lynette more screen time, I will have less to complain about. I can deal with the lame, bad storylines that this show has lately if Lynette, who is a great character and nice to look at, is on more often. I can deal with it a little more, but we'll see if that happens. Randy doesn't want Lynette to get to know Bill better, and Lynette says why, because will it be her learning more about their long con? She kind of called Randy out on the long con today. Randy told Lynette that Bill and Hayley started as an affair, and Hayley worries she would lose him the way she got him, and Randy thinks Lynette might be able to do that to Bill. Randy changed the subject, trying to flirt it up with Lynette. They were eating some not so good looking French fries, and Lynette started to feed Randy when Mona walked in and saw and was disgusted and smacked Randy in the back of the head, which I thought was extreme from Mona. Mona is supposed to be this churchgoer, and she's really going to smack Randy in the back of the head. I don't know. It was a bit weird. Randy didn't want to offend Mona. I guess apparently Randy did go to the church like he told Mona he would. Lynette was calling Mona a trad wife for the way that she was acting because she can't handle some public displays of love and affection. And Mona left saying they both need Jesus. I don't think I'm going to be able to get behind this Mona and Randy thing. I hope it doesn't develop into a relationship. I know there's been people in the comments. I've seen some people online kind of hoping it goes that direction. Mona's too weird of a character for me, and I don't like the extreme caricature of church going that she's kind of turning into. But Randy told Lynette that Mona is a church lady, but he likes gospel, and that's why he went to the church. Lynette thinks he went to the church for the church lady because he's a freak. But Randy said he went for him. He's done things he needs forgiveness for, and he seemed really serious about that. I guess I could get behind a Randy finds Jesus storyline if that is the direction they are taking it, as long as it doesn't include a relationship with Mona. By the end of the episode, Lynette told Randy that before he goes to the site of forgiveness, let her give him basically one last roll in the sack. She did some sexual innuendos, so maybe they will end up sleeping together again if we even get to see it. I don't know. But I was just happy to see Lynette. Now here's some of the shit that really pissed me off today. This was the bad stuff today. Apparently Bill and Hayley went to St. Bart's, but did we get to see it? No, of course not. And were they there long? No, they were there for one day. Bill has to come back because of work. The show has a history of hyping something up and then it being a big old nothing. We saw that with Winterfest and now with this whole St. Bart's vacation. And I get it, they don't have a budget, I guess, to have some sort of St. Bart's looking set, maybe. But if you're not going to have the set, why hype it up in the first place? And I guess they might be going back to St. Bart's, so maybe St. Bart's will still be important. But the show has to stop hyping stuff up if they're not going to be able to execute it. But Hayley felt refreshed after going to St. Bart's and was trying to get frisky with Bill and was trying to tell him that this could be the time that they can make their baby. Meanwhile, Kat was with the sick Anita and Vernon today and wants to move in with them. She's been looking for a new place to live after kind of falling out with Chelsea. I guess living with her grandparents is what she wants. She talked again about how she and Tomas want to be ready to move in together when the time is right. And right now the time is still not right. She just needs a new place to live. Kat wants to stay in a temporary guest wing, and Anita and Vernon agreed to that. But then Kat heard the construction starting on Leslie's house that is going on next door to Anita and Vernon. And then Kat just became her usual broken record self that she wants to put a stop to Leslie, blah, blah, blah. When the day comes that Kat finally has a storyline without Leslie, Eva, or Tomas, it will be a great day for this show. But I fear the only way we will ever get that is when Michelle Valjean loses her job at the top. But unfortunately, she still has it, and she is the creator of the show. And while I respect and love what she did at the beginning, the storylines right now are either getting very, very repetitive, or they're just plain bland and bad. It's not in a good place right now overall. The storylines right now, you all are saying this in the comments, have been saying this for like 2 or 3 weeks now, that the storylines right now are not watchable or not the storylines you want to watch. You guys are taking breaks. You don't want to watch it anymore. And I can see why. I'm not going to take a break. I'm going to give it till May sweeps, I guess. But like, it is starting to feel like November again, when it felt like the show had no momentum and had no stories going anywhere, and it took 2 months for stories to pick back up again. I hope it doesn't take until May for these stories to pick back up again, because that is far away still. But speaking of storylines getting repetitive, then Vernon went to go see Bill to once again try and get Bill to find a legitimate way to put a stop to Leslie's house being next to he and Anita. But we already did this. There is also, the show likes to do the whole off-camera stuff a lot. But they also like to do something that they already tried to do that went nowhere and then do it again. And that's exactly what they're doing with this. We already saw Vernon and Bill try and put a stop to Leslie and went nowhere the first time. Why are we doing a rinse and repeat? They did the same thing with Ashley and Derek at the beginning. Their relationship went nowhere. Then they decided, let's put them back together, even though it didn't work the first time. It stuck again. They have a history of doing that, and I wish that they would stop trying to do those things. Speaking of Derek, though, he was the other bad today. He and Eva met up about the free clinic. Derek seemed to be doing well. Leslie showed up being annoying per usual to break up their good work, leading to Derek to want to quit. Eva stopped Derek from quitting, and I was just wondering why we are watching this play out, because it's bad television. This whole free clinic stuff, can we move it along? It hasn't been a real story this entire time. I still don't understand how Derek is working for Eva when Eva's not even a part of the free clinic. But he doesn't want to work for Leslie, and she's running the free clinic with Vanessa. It's just all over the place, and it's gotten harder and harder to care about. So there was a lot of bad today, in my opinion, with the writing. A lot of the glaring mistakes did come through, but I am happy that Lynette was on. She kind of helped an otherwise not so good episode today, but I also did like seeing Deanna. I don't know if the writers know this, and I don't think they do, because I really think they are turning out some really brilliant storylines right now when they have nothing going for them. But a lot of us are kind of banking on Deanna being a good character and lighting Vanessa's ass up and staying on Vanessa and Joey's neck. We see in the preview that Deanna's gonna light Vanessa up. But if it's not consistent, if she just quickly changes her mind like Donnell, it's going to be terrible. So I hope that is not the case. I hope the writers make a good decision for once with the Deanna character. We'll see how she plays out the rest of this week.